Well, welcome to FPL Top Dogs Ballyhaunis, County Mayo here, and the Christy Nicholson Pub Fantasy League review. And this is episode 24, the regular season. There should be 31 episodes, but yeah, got a little bit lost in between the seasons. But very happy to be here with you today, and I'll take you through everything that's all the ups and downs of the Christy Nicholson Pub Fantasy League here, based in Ballyhaunis, County Mayo, all part of the FPL Top Dogs moniker, our little brand here. Is encourage everyone here in the west of Ireland, for all over where you are in the world, encourage and support the community that is FPL Top Dogs. And I'm the guru here, and I'm here to take you through. And big night tonight in the Champions League with Aston Villa away to PSG. That will affect us on Dream Team stuff. I'll go into a little bit of that. Obviously, the review itself and the ups and downs of everyone in the league. We're getting into the business end of it now. Unbelievable. It's game week 32, and it just feels like we're there in the doldrums of game week 8 and all the ups and downs of Haaland and people getting rid of him, and the terrible wild card of game week 6, which was a disaster. All the Arsenal stuff, all no clean sheets, injuries, and those that got off Haaland early, and those that stuck on until about game week 14, 15, lost lots of ground. It's been a strange season, more downs than ups, really, all along. It's just like survival of the fittest. And that's why I'm kind of here as well, to, you guys can tune in and have a look and see what my take of the whole crack is in and around our FPL Top Dogs community. So yeah, let's share the screen and get into it. No video. This is second time now, but I know who our top dogs are. I'm keeping account, and we'll go into it a little bit later, because at the end of the season I'm going to draft up how many people have won caps. I mean, top 10 of Chris Nicholson's. How many trophies? The people that have won the most trophies, and just to kind of get it into our heads. How important it is to win that first FPL Top Dogs trophy. A few people here like Tommy Cunyon and Luigi, Shane Healy, they all won their first trophies here and there, and there's a few of you. Porker, I think he's won maybe a little bit more than, I think he's won 2 or 3. But yeah, this is what it's all about. Like, is encourage good competition in our community, which I think it's a hotspot of FPL fantasy league football here in the west of Ireland. It's triangle between Ballyhaunis, Dunmore to Ballinlough, Castlereagh. If you want to extend it out that far, it's pretty hot. Like, some proper good players here, and I'm really proud of everyone in the league itself, mostly taking it quite serious and still plugging away and trying to do the best they can. And it's about getting momentum and following into next season. Now, from game week 32 coming up, we have that mini double, Newcastle and Crystal Palace or Dublin, and that's it. So it's definitely not a bench boost. Um, it's not a bench boost at all. Game week 33, there's a little bit more there. You could bench boost. I'll go into it later, but I'm kind of thinking maybe a triple captain, Isak and 33, if I get him in, uh, triple cap for Murphy. But we all know Gordon is coming back, so who's going to, you know, obviously think Barnes will be starting. He has been, so maybe he's the one that will subside, and will be Murphy. It's very, very exciting. He's been brilliant. Seriously, absolutely delighted. Did a late transfer. I had it in my mind. I rewatched the last episode, and I did say right at the end that I was looking at Isak and Murphy to get in, couldn't do it, and just nearly got to that stage. Oh, Murphy for Clivert, and that was the last minute one. So 16 points, that was massive. And we'll see later on. Some people had them on him, Murphy on the bench. So, it's just devastating, the little gaps. I was looking through a lot of the system managers played as well. And a lot of people were on slot who he lost out there recently against Fulham, and people going on Eddie Howe and winning, reaping great rewards against Leicester away, 11 points. So it's been kind of hit and miss. I've been seeing with the assistant manager, which we've all played it early, so it's kind of easy to kind of let this go and see what other people are doing. But there's still loads of people out there with good scores. 60's been a great score this week. Anything over that's phenomenal. In the 50s is you're making up 20 points, and a lot of people that's massive in the game week. And a lot of people in that average of 34 points for this game week 31. So it's been a bit kind of polarized this game week. And if you're on the right side of it, happy days. The wrong side, it's kind of hard to kind of claw back them points. Right. Cool stuff. That's all shared. Just double check. And yeah, good. Can't get rid of this. Maybe. Right. Let's get up the. Let's see what the crack is here now. Go straight. Yeah, I'll just go straight into my team here. I've managed to crack the top million eventually. I think I'll slowly get where I want to be. Three chips left. I hear a lot of the influencers were on about anyone with three chips left, they're kind of like dead teams. That's pretty far from the truth, I think, in most cases. 54, take it. Murphy in. I decided not to take the -4, just went with it. And Isak, Salah, Palmer, all blanking. It's just the captaincy vibe, and very little people won it all. And it was just those slight differentials. Obviously, Murphy in there. I'm decimated in the substitutions there with Woods, Aina, Gabriel. Don't know what to do at this stage. Game week 32, no idea what in Guardiola, Munez scored, so did Mateta. So yeah, delighted with that. Take it. Palmer and Foden are a complete frustration, but what can you do? City are going to be doubling soon, so I'll just let them die in the floor, I suppose, with the boots on. Um, just going forward. So yeah, 945,000. It's nothing to, you know, write home about, is it really? Going forward, could limp away. Um, I hate the triple captain. It's such pressure. The triple captain, and for it to go right, and you're just praying you don't get something like an injury or whatever. Mikalenko was a bit of a bummer. He didn't even start, so he didn't even. I didn't get anything at all. I was playing with 10 men. Mikalenko wasn't even in the squad to face Liverpool, so it was a creditable draw. I think wasn't it a draw? The penal, and yeah, so that's the story there. I'm not sure. Sure, I'd probably, as I said, I'm not sure really. I think it's a free hit for Palace players to go away to Manchester and have a crack and see how good City really are minus Haaland. I don't really trust City in any shape or form. Just I think they're in a little bit of a mess, and they've lost a little bit of identity. It's clear to see KDB just isn't at the races there, and he's leaving now at the end of the season, and we'll see where his wife wants to go shopping. That will be the big thing. Will it be Miami, or will it be Milan, or will it be Dubai? Dubai duty free. That's just the way to go, isn't it? Um, it's a bit of a surreal world out there. It's like a proper bubble, and it's not real living. That's anyone that's got a soul, I suppose. It's not real living. You're not with the people, or you're not with the culture. There's just some sort of veneer of like you're rich and you're famous and you can do and buy whatever you want. It can bore you pretty quick if you can buy everything on the menu. So good luck, KDB. I think he's been a great pro, a great stalwart for the FPL fantasy. Um, I've loved having him and getting him in, and you could bank on him. But it's been a crazy, crazy season. As Foden, Salah's blank now in 2 games, and he's scoring penalties, so he's kind of tailed off with the obviously the holy Ramadan month or whatever, and it does coincide, and then the next year he'll have the African nation, so it's a funny, strange time. He doesn't seem to perform this time of the year. So no panic anyway. I'm not gonna get rid. But the big guns, they really have, like Son hasn't performed. Last year's player of the season, Foden, has been appalling. Salah's been have brilliant. Okay, hands up, great stuff, brilliant. Can't come. I'm not complaining. I'm not going to add him into the list. But Haaland injured, not been really on it. For the season, he's just been not superhuman. He's just been superhuman. Yeah, great points. He's still scoring goals, but we know it's not the Haaland we saw in the first season, and that's the benchmark. Okay, so it's been a really crazy. Odegaard's pretty expensive as well, and not really performed. It's really been all about these mids. Sarr has been doing well up to now, apart from the few blanks, but he was scoring before. Murphy now is coming in. Then you got Rogers from Villa doing brilliant, and Sensio's cheap as chips, but you don't know when he's starting. He's not. He didn't start tonight against PSG, so Marmouche, fine. It's been, yeah. That's all I'm saying to you is everybody's got money, so there's no worry about having to get in a Saka. I haven't got him in yet. Now I'm delighted I didn't go for that blue pill stuff, with Saka, because I did have a gut feeling he wouldn't play. That people did that wild card in game week 30, and it was all based on the fact that Saka was coming back. Get him in somehow, and everyone's sick of Palmer. So, don't get me wrong, Palmer could be a placeholder for Saka somewhere down the line. And let's see how his minutes. I think he played most of the match, if not all, against Real Madrid, not Bayern Munich, as I said in the last pod. And I think he should be fine. Maybe his minutes will be managed now with the next match coming up. Who have they got? Arsenal. Um, that can't be right. Is it home to Brentford? Is it? Yeah, well, that was Chelsea. So we'll see there. Mightn't be any rush for him to start that game. But, 3-0 up in this leg will, it's I think they'll go with their strongest team over in the Bernabeu. That's the way I pronounce it. And yeah, could be, like just don't take any chances with Salah. And Rice was a great shout if you had him in Sun Dream Team. He's great value. Some frees there. So, and we all know Arsenal have a double coming up. I'll have to double check. Is this in 33? We all know in 34 we want that for the free hit. Arsenal Palace, yeah. So, yeah, that's why we all love the Palace assets with their double. So, that's probably where I should possibly go. I've got a free transfer. It's just be easy. I'll see. I've got 0.9 in the bank. Um, I've got this dude Bellegarde. I don't think he's going to be enough to make me up to 5.8. It's enough to get Rogers in. Easy enough. Like when if Villa double, it's a possibility of Villa doubling. It just depends if they make it through to the FA Cup itself and win the FA Cup. Then it depends if their game gets transferred due if they're still in Europe or whatever. But there's a possibility Bournemouth can get a double as well. But that's all caveated as well. So yeah, that could be just Rogers. Love Morgan Rogers. I've got him in at certain times and he scored goals, then got him out at right times. So I've kind of been on the right side of Rodgers, where loads of people have just had him on the bench and missed out on lots of bits and pieces. So okay, I love the team. I just feel I had a great vibe after game week 22, done the wild card, and this team is generally to the T nearly what I've had since then. And just the firefighting for me now could just be over here. Triple captain, I'll figure out at this stage. I'm not going to say too much at the minute, I suppose, because I don't know yet. Just looking a bit forward. So, like, what am I going to do for Arsenal? You know, Gabriel is out, so I don't want to waste a transfer at the minute until, you know, is there a possibility of doing a free hit in this game week? I have to look at the other stipulations. The bench boost is a disaster this season now. There's just not enough games. And I was trying to look at, can I get to game week 38 and slowly figure out a way to get in some really tasty dudes to have on your bench for game week 38. Then play the bench boost there. Spurs, Brighton, possibly on the beach, you know, especially if Spurs get knocked out. Now I'm going to the Eintracht Frankfurt game tomorrow night. So yeah, I'll see a first hand performance there, but I'm not very convinced that Spurs and their consistency, and they're just so vulnerable. So that's a dodgy game. Obviously, yeah, get the three. Arsenal, find out a way to get, you know, for the Southampton, who are Leicester playing, earmark them. Bournemouth, yeah, throw a few on there and load up on some cheap Bournemouth dudes and get your Arsenal in. Arsenal will be very good all the way to the end of the season, I presume, from 33 down. Arsenal, Newcastle, what's their, oh, Liverpool. So that's it. Yeah, tricky. I haven't looked at this now. So Arsenal have a very tricky, but they Liverpool are probably on the beach. Like, what have Arsenal got here in 35? Yeah, Bournemouth at home can be tricky. So, you know, that's the dead rubber anyway. The Liverpool Arsenal away. That's just kind of, you know, to prove a point. Liverpool will be champions by then, and Arsenal will, you know, they could rock up and win 1-0. Say, oh, I told you so. The pressure's off. It's easy to play when the pressure's off. So really, it's all going to go in the blur after 34, and these other games in 36 and 37 could really, it's really too much up in the air. And I'm really happy loads of people have done loads of wildcards in 30 and 31 now, because they won't know the full picture until 34 has been completed. That's when we'll know the FA Cup stuff, and all other, we'll know most of the stipulations of the fixtures then. So I'll probably keep it simple, free hit in 34. Um, I just don't know if there's any point really to bench boost here anyway. When I look at my bench, it just takes too much surgery to go messing about with Gabriel and Aina, and you know, I'm going to need to roll a load of transfers, and I think a game week 38 I'll just have a great ending. Some years I've finished with the triple captain game week 38 just to get a boost, just to end up on a high. And I think it can do that, because if you're getting 15 points in the bench boost, like everyone says, you've done really, really well. So I think it's clearing up now the picture here. It's looking likely. I haven't decided yet, but look, it's you know, Arsenal here in this 33 and Palace. I'm not sure I would trust whatever here at the minute, because of Arsenal still involved in Champions League, and there should be a lot of resting. So there's nothing clear, and it's all grey, it's all murky, and it's kind of just hit and hope. And that's why I probably think Isak is the dude. But I could just triple captain Murphy. It's crazy, but um, yeah, I have to figure out what to do with Isak if I'm going to get him in or not. So that's where I'm at there. Um, let's have a look here. There's no way to Bring the view, isn't it? The view. Yeah. No idea. Well, that's fine anyway. Let's get on to the next stage. Let's have a quick look at how we're getting on here with any bits of news here. It looks like Liverpool are close to re-signing Salah on a new contract. So fair enough. I think that's a good move, really, from Salah. He's got plenty of time to go to Saudi or wherever he wants to go. I think Liverpool will have a rebuild, coming sooner or later anyway. Trent is probably going to go. Onana, one of United's worst keepers in the history, says Matic. Ovinda Matic. Yeah. Look, I'm not too sure of former players and trying to make a name or a comment like that, and just it's really poor form. I know we got Gary Neville there and a few of the others, and Rio Ferdinand, and very opinionated, and that's what they get paid for. But Amanda Vidic coming out like that, it's just we all know he's limited, 50 million, and Dean Henderson's outperforming him. It's just that's the problem with United for years. Apart from like Gary Bailey, very good keeper for us at United, and obviously Schmeichel came about, Edwin van der Sar, but there's been a lot of duds in between, and I put Bartes in there, and Bosnick, and what was that Italian keeper again? Talic or Tale or whatever. Oh, we've had quite a few. I'm not going to put this is Alex McLeish. I think that was his name anyway, but he was lovable. He was a lovable keeper. I'm. It's a while back now. That's when I was growing up. He was well, Gary Baylor actually was. He played for England as well, the number one. So there you go. So anything else there, Weimer? So there's not much. There's only what's the other Barca lead against Dortmund. Villa are already 1-0 up Rogers. So yeah, he's a no-brainer, isn't he now, Rogers, for your team at 5.6 million? Yeah, so lots of people in the Christie, they have Rogers there. So wow, that's unbelievable. I can't believe it. I just can't believe what's going on here this season. Arsenal last night and Villa now. And yeah, that's not good for my Sun Dream team at the minute, because my rival in the Redbridge League, uh Onana, got me 10 points on him. So it's about 15 or so, 17 points, difference. But he has a Consa and Martinez. So I'm just looking for a goal, please, if you please. Watkins has been a shocker, a complete absolute dud. If you have him in your team, he probably will play in the big one you want him to play for South, away to Southampton. But in the Sun Dream team, he's a disaster. And Ensensio's not playing tonight, although he's on the bench. So that's the other one he has. But a clean sheet for Villa is going to absolutely destroy me tonight. And it's no joke, because we have loads of prize money in this. Something like about 500 quid prize money in this work one. So it's not to be sniffed at. And going forward, you just seem to have a double game every single game week. You got 11 players. So if they don't play one, they'll play the next one and they could bang it. So it's just a complete different psychology here. Um, yeah, so that's kind of where we are. Not completely, like I was kind of 3,000 overall for a long time, but kind of slipped quite a bit as people are using chips. And I used to be in the top 500 for United, but my leagues sure come up here somewhere. Top 500 United, but I have slipped proper now down 793, and it's very competitive. So 21 in our Redbridge Cup, and where are we now? Yeah, 14 now. He's got two playing, hasn't he? And they're doing well. So yeah, it's very I have to get my head together in this. Let's have a quick look at the King of the Travelers. I see that Joey Neenan lost, and myself and Stevie Stratford Nolan, or Knowlesy as he likes to be known, in the FPL duo. I might do a FPL Top Dogs draft, and I'll organize it myself and do it that way, and so I can be in control. And we just have all seasons. I might give that a go. We'll see. It's hard to organize though. So Stevie took on and bet Rosamel Rosley, who's based in Malaysia. Easy enough. I took out the Toffee Crush Master, John Kelly, our double winner. And the Christy, the Maverick losing out to Owen Collins. And Joseph Lyons there losing out to Kieran Kiley. Connor Hussey losing out to Starman. That's a bit of a big buddy rivalry there, a bit of a derby there between Starman and the Hussmeister. Best of pals, but this occasion Connor gets the upper hand. Guru Killer, Kilbride losing out to Pa Kiley, and Kevin Morley winning out against 118 O'Hara. Cal Carney just beats the average, and Joey was took out by Andy Cunyon, who was a little bit unlucky. He missed the deadline there. We'll talk later, but there's all sorts of scandal and innuendos, and Big Brother is on in 17 minutes, so I've got to be careful. I'm on time here. I got the TV ready to go. It's Celebrity Big Brother, folks. So you've got Chesney Hawks in there. You got Mickey Rourke in there. Trish Goddard from Trisha's show. And who else would you might know? Oh yeah, Daley Thompson's in there as well. There's a few other popular youngins as well. So it's great fun anyway. I'll have a good crack at that. So the standings. So instead of 11 points, I'm down to 8, and Stevie Stratford's down to 5. So we all know how competitive me and Stratford are. So we'll see now. Joey might take his eye off the ball here, and before you know it, like, he's got bigger fish to fry here. Joey, he's got Christy to win. Well, I'm sure he's in all his other sorts of mini leagues like we all are, and you know we'll see. Anyway, it's he's playing it by the book, textbook, but we'll see later on. We're going to go into the how everybody got on now and do the review. We're nearly there now. But yeah, there's still time left. There's 8 game weeks left. 24 points to play. I'm 8 down. Stevie's 5 down. So it's just every win that Joey gets now is just going to make it more and more crucial and more decisive for a King of the Travelers triumph. Well, let's have a look at the Christy Nicholson Pub Fantasy League here proper. Neil Lacer's Carney. He did his wild card in game week 30. So, we can see this. So did Joey Neenan as well. So people have been commenting that the two teams are very, very similar, if not identical. And if you do follow the influencers a lot, like you see the Arsenal stuff, Raya and Saliba, so has Joey. Teta's there. Munoz is there. Saka, Salah, Murphy. Saka, Salah, and Murphy on the bench. Joyce was absolutely devastated with this a massive amount of points there on the bench for Joey. Saliba, I suppose. It's a tricky one. Gabriel, the straight swap. I hate doing stuff like that. straight swaps. That's why I've not done Gabriel, because I'm thinking that I can utilize that 6.2 or million or whatever somewhere else and figure out the Arsenal thing later. Like, we're not in any rush to do the Arsenal thing yet, not until game week 33. So I thought I'd hold it. Livermento for Burn. That was probably to, I don't know what that move was. That two kind of sideways moves and benched Burn and played Saliba. So I don't know the rationale of that, but Sar, Saka, Isak. Um, we've got Isak, Sar, and we have Saka there as well. So Guardiol, Digne, and Clivert. Guardiol, no Digne, and no Clivert. So there is a little bit of the bench stuff there. So obviously you say Consa. Yeah, Consa instead of Digne. And who does Lacers have? Is Clivert for well, Foden is, yeah, so Foden there. So Foden for Clivert. So you might have a couple of quid in the bank. So they're very, very similar teams, not identical, and it's just differential. So this is going to be a crazy, crazy race between the two of them. Um, is this within the laws of possibility that Stevie Streck can wrangle in there a bit? 35, 40, 51 down, and Joey as it is, and 64 maybe down in total to Neil. So it's, probably a little bit of a two horse race there. And there we are with that. So good stuff. 12,500 in the world for Lacer, 20,500 in the world for Joey. And of course, the big difference was the Murphy scenario there. Lacers plays Murphy. Um, yes, Leicester away, and they are just like cannon fodder along with Southampton. Not so much Ipswich. They're completely unpredictable. But with that Liam Delap up front, he has been, touted, I suppose. Is it Arsenal are looking at him? Are they? Or is it United? Not sure. Marky Phillips now. Again, there's quite a bit of a gap down to Marky in fourth, 35 points down. We'll have a look at Stevie Strett's wild card here. 61, brilliant score. 101,000 in the world. Like there's like nearly 11 million players. Like this is like top 0.01 percentile stuff. This isn't to be sniffed at. And is just perennially up here in and around the top 3 or 4 every year. Um, so yeah, Murphy, he plays Murphy, Byrne, he played all the Newcastle. That's what I would have thought. Saka, okay. He'll be a head-to-head now with Palmer owners, really, because he's a placeholder still for a load of people, Palmer for Saka. But I'm not sure now. We'll see how that goes. Marmouche, Isak, Mateta. This is like, yeah, brilliant. This is playable. A lot of people would prefer Eze. Sarah on the bench, good call there from Stretch. And Ruben, interesting, good stuff. Ruben Diaz for Man City on the bench. Only 5 points, but going forward, that's really good. And it's handy to have a Villa in there as well going forward because of this double coming up. And he's plenty of Arsenal going, which they will be really good all the way up to, you know, the double in 33. And they're playing, I think, in a, I have to double check. Are they playing in the 34? And yeah, they're not playing 34. I don't think so, no. So that's like a wild card thing if you still have it. So yeah, great stuff. So Stevie Strat's doing very well. And so yeah, unlucky with Joy there. It was very harsh. But have a look at the Oracle. Took a -4. Absolutely horrendous game week for himself. There's 27 overall. Isak was captain. Byrne as well came up with a 6, but Langa and Forest, Kanate, I think he took off at half time. Um, or was he? What he did fall for the goal anyway. Don't know what he was trying to do, a Cruyff turn or whatever, but it's a shocking sort of. Seems like an end of season game, really. Liverpool are going through the motions here. Fair enough. Like it's hard to be concentrated. You knocked out of the Champions League, and FA Cup didn't work out, and it's a funny old season. It probably will tail off, and they will inch over the line. They'll fall over the line, get a title done. That will be amazing celebrations in Liverpool, and then Everton then will move into their new stadium. So the Liverpool's the place to be, for the summer, and good times rolling ahead for both codes in Liverpool. So yeah, looking at I think he done his wild card last game week, for the Oracle. He's sticking by his Cucurella, which is fair enough. He's really proved a big differential. That's probably kept Markey up there. So he's a bit of a talisman for him. Not for anyone else though, but for my Sun Dream Team, I have him. So I love him for that. He seems to play most of the games. So the stereotypical three up front: Mateta, Marmoush, and Isak. It's a good position. It's probably where you want to be. He'll be okay. He'll get through. There's a double coming up anyway with City. He's only got one there. Yeah, he's got a mixture of a load there. He's got the Arsenal thing. He can get through that 33 with a bit of messing and flittering, and possibly captain Saka if they're fully concentrated in that Champions League. Still, we'll see. Um, And yeah, I think it's a very clever wild card considering he's only got his free hit left. So he just needs to get out of 34 and he'll walk into a brilliant team for 36. So I think Mark, he can freewheel to the end of the season. I love the fact he's got Embuemo there. He's one of my players I'm looking at. And Bowen's another one as well. And another thing about the Liverpool thing, a lot of people have been saying, Trent's not playing down the right, and he does all these overloads and overlaps, and really gets stuck in there with Salah and the boys in behind Gravison that they all tuck in. It just doesn't work for Liverpool if Kwanzaa or Elliot is there, and they just don't do. They're just not built the same way or the same mentality, and it's Salah seems to be stuck more out on the wing then, and he doesn't get that support. So, and he can't cut in and the inside and then do those epic shots with the left. We've seen him do it. So I don't think it's underplayed, this Trent thing, and I think Liverpool will be a completely different animal next season without Trent. Although yes, people have been saying, "Oh, defensively this and that," but it's just the fear he strikes into the opposition, especially in like Prem. Maybe not so much in the elite international wise, but definitely in the Prem people are considering what's this guy going to do. Now, Bradley will probably step in, and if anybody can, he's not going to be Trent, but he has the idea of what to do. And also at left back with Robinson is another issue. He's got no assists or no goals all season, apparently in the Premier League. You'll have to fact check me for that one, but I heard that from an influencer and in the podcast. And what are they going to do there? So there's quite a bit of surgery to do. Ellison is not really. He's getting a lot of these soft muscle injuries as well. He's out. He does miss a bit of the games, and Kelleher mightn't be. His head mightn't be right as well. He's really showed amazing, like 6 or 7 games, didn't he? Um, he won the Carabao as well with them. Blondie saving penalties, and then he's gone off the boil because he just knows, I'm not going to get in here. I think he's got a great future, but he needs to be playing regularly. So I think the back is going to be a massive issue for Liverpool next season, and we'll see. Is Tsimikas, good enough to really take over from Robinson? I think they're massively more pragmatic Liverpool, and it's a bit counter-attacking wise. They're Liverpool fans are used to seeing a lot more pressure and a lot more wing and creativity and breaks, and it's been completely more pragmatic. So I don't. Slot knows that in the history of Liverpool, this is going to be massive, so he's not going to mess it up. And so he said it himself. The game that he was in the Champions League was the biggest game of his life, and he has to understand, that Liverpool have had bigger, more massive games than that in their history. But he knows that where he stands. So, yeah, next season, I'm not going to envy myself picking the how I'm going to start for next season. But I'll tell you, a lot of the Rogers and maybe Murphy or these guys will all pump up a bit now. They're going to be more tricky, and I think there's a lot of people now going to leave the Prem. Maybe Silva go, Gundogan go. Like a lot of that City team is from like 5 years ago when you look at it early. So I just don't know if there's too much of a replacement of what's been leaving. So I think the Premier League will be in a transition, and we're going to have to be a bit more punty next season. So Rory Harford now. We can see Livermento, great call. He got the assist and the clean sheet. 65, incredible score. Unlucky with Isak there. As Eze, great call. Rogers, all the really hit us with all the best players this game week. Sometimes you can get that. Just imagine if the captain Hall there, but he's keeping Gordon on the bench. Um, Probably, two transfers left. He probably thought, well, I'll just hold on to Gordon. I won't bother with. I'll just go with the two Newcastle. I'll keep Gordon. I would think that he's not in the match day squad anyway, so it's going to take him a couple of game weeks to get back to any where he is, and we could be missing. He might be back for one of the doubles. So, Murphy in there. We'll see anyway. We'll see what the story is anyway. If he can just hit the ground running straight away, but he's missed a bit of football as it is. Mateta's fine. Eze's interesting. And Munez, so is well set up for the double. He'll have a six doublers now for game week 32. He's in a good position. Three of the traditional chips left. So yeah, 2021 points is completely too far back to make a genuine cut for the win again. But you never write Rory off because this is this sort of style. He comes with late charges and surges like he did when he won it 2 years ago. Liam Her, 60 points, incredible score. Only the bench boost left. Gvardiol, Munez, Ilanga, Murphy, Sarr, Salah, Mateta, Marmouche, Isak. It looks like it's Ray and Byrne. It looks like a really, really current. He's on he's on it. Like that's the sort of team now. Anyone that's on it and following everything. Not a bad bench with Kirkes, Clivers, and Gabriel, although he needs to be replaced. And we don't know about Clivert yet, whether he'll get through that knock he's had in Kirkes there. So a little bit of tidying up there, two transfers to play. He's well set up for the double again with two City and three. But he's got three Newcastle and as he got the three, and he's got two. Yeah, so yeah, he should be fine there anyway going forward. So free hit, does he have it? No. So it's going to be a little bit of a call here. A kind of a coming together really, where how are you going to get through game week 36? But there's a lot of guys there, that need to be coming out of that team going forward. So I suppose um, Liam will cross that bridge when he comes to it. Big Brother's on now. Owen Collins, great score, and yeah, he was last game week 30's top dog of the week. It won't let me go in there. He's got Eddie Howe, which I think he made him 11 points. A very 49 is fine this game week. So like the assistant manager bailed Owen out this game week. Shar, okay, good call there. And Rogers, the rest is blanked more or less. So that's handy, for Owen to get out of dodge there. He's got his wild card and bench boost, so he can set up the perfect bench boost if that's it. But this year isn't the year that a bench boost will really come through in any great shape or form. There's just the FA Cup has the dedicated FA Cup weekends have kind of torn the bag out of that, where we used to kind of double up in 15, not anymore. I think that's going to be of the past now. So the bench boost is completely now just, it's done. Connor Hussey in seventh, 53 points. Very good score. In a good position with an assistant manager and bench boost. He can do the bench boost, get his 15 points from somewhere, and he can freewheel. He probably should be playing the assistant manager for 32, 33. He'll get his, probably throws on Glasner, go for the bench or the table bonus. Again, Newcastle away, and I think they have City. So their bench, that's just like sit down and see what Glasner do. And yeah, it's good. It should be exciting enough, and then he can, play the bench boost somewhere down like 36 or 37, possibly 36 if Villa and Bournemouth go into that game week. And there's a outside possibility Spurs as well, could double depending on who gets through. If City get through or whatever, it's all stipulations. So Connor going forward is really stuck on his Liverpool dudes. Luis Diaz, shout out, he's been doing well. He's been outperforming quite a bit. I have him in my son dream team, so he's been brilliant. Sar, okay, Mateta going forward with the three Newcastle, Isak, Byrne, and Murphy. Lovely stuff from Connor there. The Murphy thing made all the difference, didn't it? Anyone who had him, they've made their 50s and 60s out of him. It's been brilliant. I was kind of daydreaming that maybe Murphy will save my bacon against Isak, because I was worried going into game week 31. Dara Hunt, who came third last year, is on a 44. Is it 40? 43, excuse me, -4 bench boost free hit and TC, the traditional left. He, like myself, got in Murphy for Clivert. I thought that was a good move, because we don't know what the crack of Clivert now. Gabriel for Saliba, the sideways move, but that cost him the -4. It probably worked out massively in the end, because Murphy's swung that -4 and he's got instant payback. That's the catch. You need to be making your -4s back somehow. It kind of more instantly when you're only 8 game weeks out. So that's paid anyway, and it was worth the hit. 47 is a proper good score. It beats the 36 average. The enforcer is in top 10, absolutely chronic game week. He'll be upset with that. Milenkovic going forward will be fine, seriously, and Saka and Isak. So, and that's for 3 transfers for no. So the damage is, the firefighting, like I've been saying for the last couple of weeks for me, it's probably one of those game weeks that it's a bit of firefighting stuff. So I wouldn't get too down or emotional about it. Enforcer, that's not your style anyway. Enforcer browbeats everybody into submission. He doesn't have to say anything. So Bowen's the only kind of light relief for him there. Flecken on the bench with 10 is just, Azavalaga with the 1, Kirkes with the 1, Cucurella with the 1, Milenkovic with the 1, ouch, Saka with the 1, Robinson with the 1. It's just get it over and done with. Wood should be coming back with his dodgy hip. Nobody knows what's happened to Mikolenko, probably an illness of some sort, short-term one. And Clivert, who knows? So a little bit to kind of be looking at. I'd keep the free hit for 36. but he doesn't have all that much Crystal Palace and Newcastle. So it's possible he could use the free hit somewhere other down the line, and he's going to be fine for um for 34 when everyone are probably free hit because he doesn't have many Arsenal, City, or Palace or Newcastle. So we'll have to see anyway. We'll have to see. This is a tricky one. This is an alternative team. So whatever Eamon's doing with this one, I think it's best that he do his own counsel on this because I don't think anyone can give advice at this minute in time. You know, the bench boost is meh. It's it's just um to keep in that top 10, just figure out what will get you the most points when you play them chips. Doesn't matter what game week it is. And see if a bit more firefight and 6 points ahead of the 11th player, Robert McCormick. Look, he's got his 3 chips intact. He's got his 40, and he looks pretty well set up here. Although Wood, he had nothing on the bench to cover Wood this game week. Did he let this one go? I'm not sure. Maybe not. He just took a chance on Wood. He's 3 transfers left, 3 chips left. So I wonder, is there, somebody is he freewheeling this one? Oh, yeah, Fernandez in there. Harwood Bellis don't like that, but he probably came off the bench for Clivert, I would say, or Aina, probably Aina. So it could be kind of letting this a go, and he's in a great position. 12th place, Cyril Collins, the 32, won't like that. But again, he's only got his assistant manager, so it's going to be tricky to hold on. And going forward for the double this game week, he's got one Palace Gehi who will be suspended, and also he's got his Isak in there, so he'll just have to captain him, and he's got 2 transfers to sort something out, and then he probably he should be playing the assistant manager in 32 and 33 personally to get the Glasner stuff, but you know he'll probably Cyril will probably hopefully he'll have enough money in the bank to get Glasner in, assistant manager him, and get another Palace player in, maybe Munoz if he can stretch it that far for Grahi, and that will get him out of stuck. I'd be ashamed to let this one go at 12th. 13th is Seamus O'Boyle over in Vancouver, the dancers mate, and three trips left. Any sign of inactivity? Possibly with Trent still there. That should have been sorted out ages ago. I'm in 16th or whatever, but like me and Starman, Aiden Phillips, and the Guru Killer, we're still invested. The Guru Killer is doing brilliant over in Australia, holding in there. 3 chips left, wildcard free hit and TC. Still a lot of skin in the game. He got in his Livermento and Consa, so there's a bit of firefight and getting rid of Wan-Bissaka, Matsurao, and Mikalenko for Consa. Consa didn't work out this game week. And Agabadu, I don't know. I think he's got 2 points, so he must be starting for Wolves. So I think those 3 are under threat with us anyway, with Starman with his free hit for 34. Looking at Starman's team, can he freewheel it just with the 34 free hit? He's got a City in anyway, a little bit of, he's got has he got anything of no Palace, which is very interesting. 1 transfer left. So going forward, he's got a bit to do. Like even myself, not completely, in an ideal position. I still have 2 Palace and just 1. So I've got 3 going. I might sneak in someone. So I'll probably have 4 or maybe 5, depending if I do a -4. So there's a little bit to do. Cyril Collins it's going to be 50-50. the more I look at this, Robert's not done anything about Trent and a few others. Is it Trent? Is it no, is it Robert? Who's the one that didn't do anything about Trent? That's Molly Gone. She always does that. Oh, Rosie Molly. Wood, yes, he needs to do something about Wood. Apologies if you can hear the dog. It's must be a cat running loose somewhere. So I won't get into too further about this. So I'm just saying the top 10 is open for the three of us here at the minute. We'll have a run at it anyway. Andy Cunyon, unlucky there. He missed out on the deadline, by minutes. We tried to warn him in the WhatsApp group and all this and that, but he got information that it was at 10 o'clock or something in Australia time at night or whatever it was. But Shane Luigi Healy, who's not playing this year, who's decided to take a break from the whole stress of it. His drink was knocked over by Andy the other night, and there's a bit of skullduggery is a possibility. I think he did say, well, that's your own fault, sort of hard luck thing, and he knows it means a lot to Andy. So Andy's still got a terrific chance here to get the top 10 anyway. 3 chips intact. Okay, the bench boost is the wild card now. That routine is kind of meh. Free hit. I think the triple captain would have been the most interesting chip to have in the home straight. But even if Andy did get a chance to kind of captain Salah or Isak instead of he was left on captaining Wood, I think, and the captaincy on and the vice on Clivert. So he didn't get his extra man that the captaincy could do this game week, which was unlucky. It's a myth off. But I think judging what Andy might do, I think he could have either captained Isak possibly. I have a funny feeling he would have captained who was the guy I was looking at? Not Iwobi. Iwobi done very well from 13 points against his beloved Liverpool. Well, I think I've a funny feeling he might have captained Rodgers on 9 points. So we say with 9 points he's missed out, and it's not the end of the world, but he would got him up to 1948, which was a great year. Just a few points behind myself. It would have closed the gap there. I don't think it would have made a massive difference. So I wouldn't be beating yourself up there. If that's the best Luigi can do, well then, I don't think it's going to make. I think you're going to have the two of you will kiss and make up and just grin it off. But it's there's a lot worse in the bush than Luigi. Jason McGoldrick, 42, 18th place, fine enough. Just go down these quick enough. There's a lot of 47s and 32s, 28s, 37s. A wild card played by Donny O'Brien. We'll just have a quick look at the crack here with our silver mines. He's not in the bad position. I think he can still assault the top 10, top 15. A little bit back, but hope springs eternal. Livermento's in there. That's the good score. He's got Mateta in there. That's done well. And Munoz, most of us had them. So the 54, same as what I got, 54, wildcard done, in a good position for the game week coming up. He'll have his 6 doublers anyway for the next one. He can just freewheel a bit. Milenkovic is fine going forward. Rodgers is brilliant, although he did bench him. Kvaria, good intelligent call. He should be playing a lot more, especially in the Prem, as Arsenal are going great guns in the Champions League. And Mbuemo, love Mbuemo. That's a great differential. So very patient stuff. Guardiola in there as well. Pope, the double defense win out there, and the assist from Livermento. Great stuff from Donny. He's back in the game. Made a few gains here. That's what it's all about. And yeah, if he could have swung to Eze, they're all saying star, but maybe I think it swings them around about one transfer left. So transfers are like gold. Bench boost, free hit, and triple captain left. Love that. I think they're the 3 ones you want to have left at this stage. And the world's your oyster there. 1.5 million, but plenty to come there from Donny. Lukey Walsh, 39, and Owen Collins at 37. Won't like that. Owen has got all his chips left in the whole lot. Like, he's doing a lot of good work for self-awareness and loneliness in Claremore. So these walk and talks and meet and greets, in Claremore, every odd Sunday he'll advertise it. So it's just getting out some more, meeting people and trying to get off social media as much. I mean, scrolling, the scrolling down culture, TikTok stuff and all that. And I find myself even with Facebook, an hour's gone then. So be aware and to get out there and see what's out there in the world. Go for a swim if you're in Claremorris or Ballyhaunis, whatever your pick is. So yeah, Owen, the Love Boat Row with his 5 chips is freewheeling. 26 is a good position. Like if he did pick it up and have a crack at it, transfers is this is a freewheeler. Um, yeah, he's in his Harley Davidson freewheeling down Route 66, R Owen. Dave Cunyon, okay, 36. Does it go for 43 from Pat Caulfield? Hughie Carney is the top dog for this game week, 31. So well done. I'll log you in for that, Hughie. Great stuff. And Eddie Howe has the assistant manager 11, brilliant. And with his Livermento and Isak, again, he could have had Murphy in there. So this like assistant manager is a bit of a myth off in a way because you have to use one of them, 3 slots. So you can't really 4 up on it will probably break the game. So they've just said, well, 16 points for Murphy, 11 for Howe. I'm not so sure about the assistant managership. Okay, it's you get you between your 8 and 11 if it's a strong favorite, or 0 if whatever you do, if they lose and they score no goals, you're done. So there's too much of a differential there and it's stressing a lot of people out. Bench boost and free hit for Huey, that's fine. Most people have played the triple captain. He's using his 3rd trip now anyway, and he's probably got that for another week or two. We'll see. Maybe this is the last one he's playing it. We'll see anyway. So good luck with that. Rogers, Eze, Munez, they've all returned. Guardio, Livermento all returned. Mateta, and apart from Flecken on the bench with 10 versus Rea, he's had a great game week, 77, 2 million in the world, 2 transfers left. And, the world is at his beck and call uh, and play integrity. So, Ja is younger brother is just behind. He won't be happy with this game week. Or this season has not really gone according to plan. But that's Jazz. So Jazz freewheeling a bit as well with the 5 chips. He's probably it's a shame. Like you should really, but just all sorts of stuff in life. There's like don't get me wrong, FPL isn't the be end and all. We all know that, but it's great fun and it's a bit of crack. I know, but isn't it great? It's a bit like playing FPL and moaning about it. It's a bit like moaning when you're on the high stool in the pub and you've got a beer in front of you and you're complaining about the weather. If you're on a high stool in the pub, mate, you've got no problems. It could be worse, bro. You could be sleeping rough under a bridge in Vegas and you know someone urinating on you. Um, Now that's tough. That's tough. Kieran Kiley, great game week. Again, a lot like Huey Carney's with the Rogers thing. Munez, Livermento. I don't see the Murphy thing, but everywhere else went gangbusters for him. So congrats there. Kieran Kiley shouldn't be where he is. He's a proper serious player, and it's just probably got distracted. I think he goes abroad and he's got a life, and I understand people have lives and there's things in people get married, mate, and let's concentrate on that. So there's a lot here now. Loads of chips. Probably dead teams at this moment. The Dylan Line, Sean Gilday, Tommy Cunyon, loads of chips. Connor Freely, Fergie Walsh. No hope of a top 10 at the, it's this is what you're going to see. But there is a bit of, five transfers left for all Cunyon and Freely, and Fergie Walsh has given up the ghost. But he had such an amazing season last season. Just to have one of them years and to do so well, could have won it easy. Last over Jack Carney, the winner, great winner though. Jeremy Phillips is trying to do something. He's made a few moves. He took a -4, but this is, what I want to see. It's not, 2.8 million out of 11 odd million. That's still a good goal. And I'm very proud of this league. Just tell the other lads to wake up with you. If you know them. Pat Kylie in there doing a bit, trying to make a few make a few dollars here and there. Richie, Richie, um, Chip Richardson there, with all his chips intact and his kind of freewheeling as well. So just can carry on here and I'll just grab probably the last bit of Big Brother here. But here you go, boys. That's about all we have. Brent Barry there with the assistant manager. Postacoglu, he took a -8. He's got 58, so that's a 50. He went all in for the Spurs thing with Solanke for Wood and Pedro. There's no harm taking a chance there. That's why when you're down there, you might as well take a chance and have a crack and go all in. James Crane at 28, a few chips, kind of giving up the ghost. And that's kind of where we are. So well done to Owen Collins, the banner man, for last week 30 for being. He got a 69. He was the top dog for game week 30, and for game week 31, we saw um Hughie Carney with a incredible 77 for this game week 31 FPL top dog. And congratulations, you guys. And I'll be making records the whole lot and sorting out. I have all the hats now done and dusted now. I have everything ready to go. And that's all I can say now about the Christy Nick. Hopefully, all that shared properly. And I just wasn't staring into the space there. Yeah, it looks like it's been all shared properly anyway. And that's about all we have for this game week. Yeah, going forward, I only have the one transfer. I'll probably do something pretty basic. Maybe just getting Liveramento for Gabrielle. I don't know. I'll check more to the deadline. I'm glad this is out now. Let's have a quick look at what's going on at the in Paris. Capture it live anyway. Or Barcelona is still leading out. Oh, there seems to be PSG scored two brilliant goals. Okay, so I'm a bit relieved. But yeah, the two. If that's 2-1 at the minute, I think if Villa can get out of there and at least have the match competitive, I think that would be fine for them. So Due and Kavara, yeah, and Morgan Rogers easier. Great, good, yeah. So that's the game changed up. And I want Ollie Watkins to be going on, I suppose, if that's okay. Hit the woodwork, the woodwork, Barca, hit the woodwork. Goal 3-0. Okay, so that's done and dusted. Over there, the Arsenal match is done and dusted. And Sensio's on. So yeah, my man Watkins isn't on yet, which is a bummer. I don't know what I'm gonna do with Watkins in the Sun Dream team. He's just doing my head in. He should be starting against Southampton, so that could be a little punt there if you want to go against the rogue who wouldn't trust it. They've got nothing else to lose. That's probably it. So yeah, this is Guru. I'm going to leave it at that, folks. And thanks for joining me. That's another end of the epic. I've got Mickey Rourke here in the Big Brother room here, pouring out his heart, the poor lad. Good luck, folks. Thanks for joining us, and give us a like and a subscribe. And that's the crack for Game Week 31 review. Good luck for 32. I haven't looked into when the deadline is. Come on, guys. I think it's another early kickoff anyway. Let's have a. I can't be so unprofessional to. I don't think I can go without Isak. It's like going without Isak Leicester away, it was bad enough. But to go without Isak again is just like for a double as well. Like it's just too much of a risk. Palace at home and what's the other one they have? Man United. Oh, that could be a massive score. So I think that's a straightforward 3-0 for Newcastle against United, my beloved United. Bournemouth, Fulham, draw, I'd say. 1-1 draw. Newcastle, Palace could be a 2-1 there for Newcastle, City, and Palace. That's the early kickoff. So we're going to have an 11 a.m. deadline, I would say. So yeah, I like the 11 a.m. deadlines. I'm usually at work. I'm off this week. I've got the match against Eintracht Frankfurt Spurs to go to tomorrow night, and I'm off all this weekend, so I can just sit in, chill, watch the deadline streams, and make a decision on what to do with Isak and the like. Uh, yeah, like Wood. The only issue with Wood, I probably have to get rid of Foden, and we all know he's got a double, but he's not going to play the two double games anyway. I just absolutely, I don't want to spend any more time on that Foden. Really, shocker, complete shocker. So 11 a.m. deadline for next Saturday, folks. That's it. That's all I have for you. I could go in. I was going to go into the transfers and who's rising and who's going up and down. Um, look, it's 9:30. I don't know. Fantasy hub, hug, hub. Worst thing ever is this Microsoft Bing thing. It absolutely does nothing for you. Got away with that one there. When I do this as well, it's all ad hoc. It's all kind of I haven't looked at this before. So, oh, save your season. What are you on about? Um, toolbox, my team reveal. Oh, God. Player, FPL, live rank, rubbish. Price changes. Let's have a quick look if this works. They want you to get signing in for this 7-day thing. I won't do it. I don't do it. I'm not a stat manager, as you guys know. I've not even mentioned um expected goals or assists or whatever. So this is all they kind of give you. It's kind of baloney. It doesn't even Mateta sign up for free, make an account. So Mateta looks like he's going to go up tonight. What else is there? There's a goalkeeper there that could be going. It's probably going down. Newcastle. So whatever that is, Pope. I can't believe that. Emerson could be going down tomorrow. Gavardio, Murphy could be going up in a couple of days. That's not much. I think the main news. That's they want you to sign up. I won't even do it. I won't even sign up for a free thing. That looks like an Arsenal player, so it's probably going to be Saka. That's going to go up. Who knows? Right. Good stuff. Nothing new there anyway. Right. Thanks anyway, guys. God bless. Take care and then enjoy the rest of the season, guys. Go out.